Hey YouTube, thank you so much for visiting us here Cooking with G Dubz, and I'm your host G Dubz. And what I'm going to cook for you today is cream spinach, and I'm going to make it the healthy way. And it's not going to have a lot of cream and all that, but it's going to be really tasty and really healthy. All right, so let me let you know what we're working with today. And what I have here in front of me is I have this really nice Brie cheese. And this is something I'm going to use to enhance the flavor of our cream spinach. And I have some sharp cheddar cheese that's shredded. And then I have, of course, my red onions. And I have some shredded that I use a block cheese, and I shredded some Swiss cheese. That's what we have here. And I have my soy-free butter spread that is dairy-free, so that way those who have issues with dairy, you could use this as an alternative. And then I have some fresh Italian seasonings with it, which is some Italian parsley and some basil and some herbs. And I have this all together so we can sprinkle on our food. And then I have, of course, some minced garlic. And this right here is about a tablespoon of minced garlic. And what I'm going to use for you today is I'm going to use a broth. And this broth mixture is made from some leftover ground turkey that I used that was mixed with Italian sausage. And I added water to it and I cooked that, and then afterwards it gave me a broth, and I saved the broth so that I could be able to use it later for something else. So this will be an awesome addition to our recipe. All right, so without much talking, let's get to it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna first start out by using a nice healthy spoonful and a half of some of the butter. And we're going to use this to saute our onions. Let me get some of this steam out. So while that's cooking for us real hot, then what we're going to do is we're going to add our garlic. And then we're going to add some of our onions. You could be as generous as you like with the onions. And we're going to let this all cook together. And the aroma and the smell from this is absolutely, delectable. You're going to love it. So we'll give this about a minute or so. So the flavor of the garlic and the onions to get into the butter. It'll blend together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our broth and we're going to pour it in. And we're going to give this a minute or so, and we're going to let this come to a boil, and then we're going to start adding our cheese. All right, so now our gravy has come to a boil, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of water. All right, just a little bit to dilute it some, and then we're going to add our Brie cheese. We're going to allow all this to kind of melt and blend together. And it's going to make our gravy really creamy. And then that way we don't have to add the flour to thicken it up. And now we add our cheese, our Swiss cheese. And this is approximately 8 ounces of cheese. And then this, so we're going to add our our cheddar cheese. And our cheddar cheese to it. And we bring our heat down low, and then we keep stirring. And we keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. Then it's going to make our gravy real nice and creamy. And all the flavors are going to blend together real nicely. then you'll see how delicious it is. And if you look at it now, the color of our cheese sauce is now changing and it's turning a yellow color. And if you see here, look at that. We'll keep stirring it so it doesn't stick at the bottom. And then afterwards, then in a second, we're going to check it. We're going to check it for flavor. And then after we do that, then we add our spinach and then we're done. And it'll be nice, rich, and creamy. All right. So, all right, YouTube. So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep stirring it. But now, then the reason why we got to keep stirring it is to make sure that the cheese doesn't settle to the bottom and stick and becomes a problem with cleaning. So we'll turn down our heat to a low. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add our spinach. This right here is 16 ounces of spinach. And don't forget, with our spinach, it cooks down. So you don't have to worry if it fills up the pot. Don't worry about that because it's going to cook down. And then what we're going to do is keep spinning it so that the spinach that's at the bottom, bring it to the top so it'll all keep cooking down. All right? We'll keep doing that and then we'll be right back. All right, YouTube, you see, it's been only about like 2 minutes and look at this. Look how much it has cooked down. So now we're going to add a little bit more. And I want this to last a few days. So we eat a lot of leftovers here. So I want to make sure we have a nice, good amount. Then I have another container here I'm going to put in. We got to keep stuffing it. And that way this will last us for several days. So total spinach, you talk about 32 ounces of spinach. And like I mentioned before, what we'll do is we'll keep turning it so the spinach is at the bottom. We'll bring it to the top. So that way it'll all cook nice and evenly. All right? And then we'll give this another 5 minutes or so. Then we'll check it for taste and then we're ready to plate it. All right, YouTube, you remember when we were making the sauce, I added a little bit of water so that it could make a little more, the viscosity will be a little bit more thinner so we could be able to make our spinach. But what I also did was I added something towards the end, and it's this product right here called Xanthan Gum. And what this is a natural thickening agent that you can be able to use in your cream spinach to thicken up the sauce to make it creamy. So you can be able to get this at your local grocery store, or you could look it up online and check out Amazon, and you can be able to get this Xanthan Gum. It's a really good product that you can be able to use as an alternative to flour, so that those of you who have allergies to wheat and you can't handle wheat or any flour or anything like that, it's a good alternative. And what it has done is it has thickened up our cream spinach really nicely, and I only needed a little bit. I used only a tablespoon of it. And see, look how thick it is. Really all right, YouTube. Now, let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, oh man. It tastes like what they have over at Old Charlie's. Man, this is delicious. YouTube, you could do the same thing at home. And please like and subscribe if you like what you see. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell somebody you love and care about our cooking channel. We would love to teach them and teach you how to cook these different dishes. Thanks again for checking us out here with Cooking with G Dubz. And I tell you, this right here is absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it. It's fantastic. All right, don't forget, again, like and subscribe down below. Until the next video.
Ooh, baby.